Welcome to ZALT.com and our testing video. What you're going to be seeing today is several modern motor oils being tested on our cross-action friction machine. The last test you're going to see is ZALT Muscle Car Oil. You're going to see some amazing results. Enjoy the video. This is a cross-action friction machine which is designed for extreme pressure testing of oils and lubricants. It has two bearing surfaces. The spinning race is made of C62 Rockwell hardness steel. The stationary bearing is made of C58 Rockwell hardness roller bearing material. Both will wear, but the stationary bearing will be our gauge of wear and protection provided by the oil. We will be using a standard torque wrench with a linear mechanical readout to show the amount of torque in foot-pounds that each oil can stand before it locks up the friction machine. Additionally, we will show you the wear scar produced by each lubricant. So what's the point of all these tests? To show you the superior protection that ZALT Muscle Car Oil with 10X provides to the ferrous metal components of your engine. This protection is provided both in the friction and corrosion reduction side of this equation. To see the independent lab testing results, watch this video and then go to the Lab Test Results tab and click on it. Our first oil to test is a modern diesel motor oil that has been used as a zinc replacement for muscle cars. We're going to pour the oil in this clean reservoir and turn on the machine. It takes 5 to 6 amps to turn the spinning race, and you can clearly see that the race picks up the oil and is well covered by it. Now we add to the mix the stationary roller bearing, and you can see the oil actually work to protect the bearing. Now let's add some pressure. You can hear and see the pressure that we're applying to the bearings, both with the amp gauge and the torque wrench. Okay, let's add some more pressure until the spinning race stops and take a reading. Okay, the race stopped at 15 pounds. Now let's look at the non-spinning bearing. As you can see, the bearing is pretty scarred. Imagine what condition your engine would be in. Now we're going to pour the leading synthetic oil in the reservoir and turn on the machine. Let's test it just like we did before. Watch the torque wrench in the amp gauge. Let's add some more pressure and see where it stops and look at the result. Okay, it stops at 15 pounds of torque again. Let's look at the non-spinning bearing. Again, the bearing is pretty scarred. Not good if you're that engine. Now we're going to pour the leading oil made for hot rods into the reservoir and repeat the test again. This oil has zinc in it. The oil is covering the spinning race. Let's continue with the test. Watch the torque wrench in the amp gauge. And let's add some more pressure and see where it stops. Okay, it stopped at 15 foot-pounds of torque again, the same as before. And let's take a look at the non-spinning bearing. The same damage as before. Okay, let's do the same test again, except let's add ZALT 10X to the same oil that's still in the reservoir. Look at the spinning race and look at the change in the color. That's the ZALT 10X. Now we're going to put the same non-spinning bearing back on the machine. We're going to hold it here for just a second to let it warm up. Okay, let's add some pressure. More. More. Wow, look at that. It stopped at 40 foot-pounds of torque, considerably higher than the oil alone. Now let's look at the wear scar. Wow, what a difference. Alright, now let's test our Zealt muscle car oil with 10X. We're going to pour the Zealt muscle car oil into the reservoir and turn on the machine. See, the oil has the same slightly red color as in our previous test. That is the 10X that we've added to our premium quality motor oil that's been formulated for your flat tappet muscle car engine. As you can see, it's protecting the bearing surfaces just as the other three oils did. Let's add some pressure. Because Zealt muscle car oil with 10X really starts to perform under heat and pressure, we're going to be even more brutal to it than the other three oils. I'm going to hold 10 foot-pounds on the torque wrench for 1 minute to allow the oil, the race, and the bearing to heat up. Okay, now the minute's up. The oil is now warm. That means the metal of both the race and the bearing are too. Let's add some pressure. Watch the torque in the ammeter. Let's see where it stops. There it is, 40 foot-pounds of torque again. And let's look at the wear scar. Truly amazing. A very small wear scar. We used the same bearing as before, and you can see the wear scars from the previous two tests and this one. So there's the proof. Zealt muscle car oil protects your engine far superior to both the modern low zinc conventional diesel oil, leading synthetic motor oils, and the leading oil for hot rods. Remember, go look at the independent testing we had done on the Zealt 10X during our research and development of this product. Click on Lab Tests to see that. One last question. Isn't your valuable flat tappet cam engine worth the added protection of Zealt muscle car oil? Hey muscle car guys, it's time to change your oil. Click on Order and get your Zealt muscle car oil today. Thanks for watching.